Hello, our names are Sara and Marta. We are studying as online students because we are living abroad. We share our passion for travel, so 1 year ago we decided to do an international mobility to Buenos Aires, Argentina. At the present time, we are studying and having fun in this wonderful city. We decided to use our experience for our work, and firstly, we are going to compare the systems of Argentina and Spain. We are going to focus our view on community work of both countries. And when we are talking about Argentina and Spain, we are going to talk especially about Buenos Aires and Barcelona, because there are the two realities we know more. Both in Spain and Argentina, there was a big crisis, which reduced the resources to welfarism. From this moment, they tried to innovate in methods as the basis for transforming social reality. In Argentina, one of the biggest steps was the change of the educational paradigm. The old paradigm was based on a symmetric relation between student and teacher, on closed ideas and methods which condemn creativity. In the other way, the new paradigm gets away from this foundation, and it offers a more global vision and takes into account the student and his context. We think that the context of every person is necessary for a good development, so we are going to talk about it. To work in the context of each individual, we must work through a community and multidisciplinary network. The priorities and the actions that we consider as important for our good results are the following one. First of all, avoid losing of information between several areas, as for example, the hospital, the school, and the own individual. The most important thing is to create a global network of information which each area shares their most relevant aspects, such as the psychological or medical, where the user can freely access. In the other way, we have to keep in mind not to judge people because we don't know its history or context. Thus, it is important that the institutions do not become prison. For this, they have to be more inclusive and the centers have to be located close to society and everyday life. On the other hand, we consider important to attend deglobalization, which means diversity, that as professionals we have to know how to work. Finally, professionals from different fields should progress not only in science but also in technology and other disciplines to improve the quality of life and the autonomy of the individual. We believe that, in a short time, the technology will be very important and we must work with, for, and from there to the people with them. In addition, it can help in the dissemination of work, projects or resources which professionals work in. The dream zone means for us the freedom and the autonomy of the user. Based on the items that we have been exposing, we think that the person may have a critical spirit and autonomy to improve their quality of life. It is also important to know, as professionals, that all this work is useless if there is no community work to reinforce and strengthen the social network of every person to avoid loneliness. Therefore, in community work, the professional should have an important role to some extent, so we could say that the professional works to gradually stop being needed. Then we will expose the items that we consider important in a social professional. One, scientific methods that are fundamental to any project or intervention. Two, languages. Mastering languages to cope multiculturalism presented in today's globalized society. Three, multidisciplinary teams. Ability to work in these teams. Four, no prejudice. ability to work without bias towards people. 5. Global information network, ability to work and master a global information network where the user doesn't have to repeat their story and where information in all fields is shared. 6. Important in the dissemination. Keep in mind the importance of dissemination, the work of the educator and social worker. 7. Consulting agencies. Provide the professional teams with analysis equipment that allow the subjectivity of experiences and moral dilemmas. 8. Build interpersonal relationships. Build inclusive and mutually supportive contexts in which users generate positive links. 9. Working with enthusiasm, dedication, and hopes for change and for the future. 10. Opportunities. Work from the opportunity of the little things, such as work the positive relationship between neighbors in the neighborhood festivals. Finally, we consider important to expose how we see, in 20 years, the social education and the professionals working in it. First of all, we want to say that we believe that the networking will greatly improve in the future and will be established strong and organized social networks. On the other hand, we believe that social education will feature prominently in education and that will have become a new libertarian paradigm which will accept the individualism. We believe and expect that education will have no fear of heterogeneity or the changes. To conclude, as we stated above, we believe that technology will be very advanced and it will serve to boast a lot of new ideas that will transform the world. So we can be too dreamy or positivist, but we think the world is going to be improving gradually and the values and relationships will take precedence over the money and everything that it moves. Thank you very much for viewing this video.